Hello everybody, welcome back to the Folks in Invicta Youth Academy Challenge on Football Manager 24, and it's the end of the season in the Championship. We were in a playoff battle. Did we do enough to get into the playoffs? Let's have a look. Yes, hello everybody and welcome back to the save, and fellow managers, we fell just short. 8th is where we finished in the league. Coventry have gone up by winning the playoffs, but we finished 8th. 66 points from 46 games. Not a bad first season in the Championship, I think you'll agree. 3 points behind Sheffield Wednesday in 7th, 4 points behind Coventry in 6th, and a whopping 30 points off Brighton, who absolutely dominated the league. Bournemouth came 2nd, Ipswich 3rd, Reading 4th, Portsmouth 5th, and Coventry 6th. I wanted Portsmouth to go up. I've got a soft spot for Portsmouth. I wanted them to go up in the playoffs. They lost to Coventry in the final, so Coventry will be joining Brighton and Bournemouth in the Premier League. Coming down from the Premier League will be Bristol City, Nottingham Forest and Leeds United, all on very close at the bottom, and then Middlesbrough on 32 points. So some tough teams dropping down to play us. If we go into the news though, I quite like this page because you can see all the old faces. Piekarski is in the best 11. Obviously he's still at the club as a backup goalkeeper. Zimmer has left, found himself a new club in Germany, didn't he? At Gießen, I think is how I pronounce that. Beredetsky moved to his home country and back to Poland, enjoying his football there. Tim Skjorten is still here, believe it or not. He is still here. We're hoping he will become a coach one day. Elliot Moore is now our director of football, so this is quite an interesting little turn. Obviously, Emmanuel is still here, playing a good role for us in central midfield. Kai Allsop retired before we could get him as a member of staff, and he has completely retired from the game. Ollie Lewis is still here on the left wing, our American hero. Junior Ward is still here and can now play centre-back. So, yes, a very good professional player for us to have. Very versatile, very physical, very good. Blair Gemmell is here. Blair Gemmell is here, still here at the club as well. And Louis Collins, what a hero he was. He retired after joining Staines when he left us on a free transfer. But yeah, that is our all-time best 11. Some other names in here as well. Kai Mackenzie Lyle, our goalkeeper, retired. Brandon Gilbert is still playing down at Brightling Sea down there. Adam Cross is obviously still at the team at the moment, a very good central midfielder for us. Kenan Omarovic moved back to Sweden and is now playing for United FC. Nordic United FC, still in Switzerland. So, yeah, I'm sure he's enjoying his time there. Andre Coker has retired. He left us to join Chichester when he didn't want a new deal way back in the day. Pete Daly, he's retired at the age of 22. He was so good when he came through the youth academy, but he has also stopped. And Lexi, who is still here but won't be getting a new contract because he spent most of the season injured again. So yes, he will be leaning. He's actually gone on loan to Mansfield this season, where he scored 5 goals in 23 and didn't do much for them out on loan. So yeah, I just thought that was a good thing to start with, going through all of some of our old players, the best 11, and seeing how we got on in a 4-2-3-1. That is basically what we've just gone through, is where they are now, and we can have a look at our season review. So a very good season, all in all. Obviously we let quite a few people go, like we always do, didn't sign anybody. The board are delighted. Englefield was our top scorer in the league with 17. We sold out every single home game, which is incredible. And the board have now decided to look for a place to build a new stadium, so we should be getting news about that relatively soon. In the FA Cup, what did we do? We got knocked out by Southampton after beating Burnley, beating Crystal Palace, and then losing to Southampton, with Balbiera being our top goal scorer. And in the Carabao Cup, we lost to Crystal Palace on penalties, which was very, very annoying. But we did sell out for every single game. Like in the League Cup, the FA Cup, and the League, we had a home crowd sellout every time. The biggest win was a 3-0 win over Plymouth, which was great after we got a man sent off. The match to remember was a 2-0 win over Birmingham, which was very nice indeed. And the goal of the season was scored by Gemmell, a top drawer goal from Invicta forward Gemmell, as he hit a daisy cutter from 25 yards. Finances wise, our reputation is pretty much the same. There's no new sponsorship deals yet. They always seem to come after this anyway. Annual revenue went up in most, apparently down in prize money, but again, I don't think that's really accumulated for all the prize money we're going to get after the championship. And match day commercial and retail went down as well, but don't believe that either. Carson is our number one selling shirt, but Englefield, Shoaibu, Balbiera and Gemmell all up there as well, which is very, very good. We lined up in a 4-2-3-1, more common than not this season. Englefield, Shoaibu, Balbiera and Carson are the front four, Reese and Cross in the middle, Coulter and Berwick at the back with Murray, Besson at the fullbacks and Collins in goal. Top performer was Ryan Carson, with an overall 7 throughout the season. And that leads us on to this. Fans Player of the Year, Ryan Carson. Young Player of the Season, Ryan Carson. Goal of the season was Blair Gemmell. Top goal scorer was Massimo Englefield with 19 in all comps. Most assists was Ryan Carson. Most Player of the Match awards was Ryan Carson. Highest average rating award was Ryan Carson. And the most passes completed per 90 was Luke Berwick. We didn't win any competition awards, which is very annoying. And we didn't break any records this year, other than our highest ever league finish. But yeah, we did really well. A great season. A really good season. And yeah, just loved it. Absolutely loved it. We've paid out 1.3 million to be shared amongst the squad and the backroom staff for finishing 8th, but we got 4.82 million as part of our solidarity payments, which is epic. I don't think that even counts our prize money being paid yet, if I remember rightly. If we go into the rules, does it say in the league table bit how much you get? No, it doesn't, but I'm pretty sure we get prize money for finishing like 8th in the championship. But anyway, looking at the finances, £4.665 million in the bank, the most we've ever had, quite easily. But as I said, the board are looking into building a new stadium. If I go into facilities, yes, future stadium plans, searching for a site with the planned capacity of 13,516. We're still going to have by far the smallest stadium in the championship, even after they're looking for a new stadium. It's not going to be long until that is needs to be upgraded again. So that is disappointing. But we have above average youth recruitment, excellent academy coaching now as well, adequate youth facilities and adequate training facilities, and our youth level is a 4. So not very good in terms of the youth level. In fact, whilst we have some money in the bank, I wonder if we could ask for a few things. We do need to get some training facilities done at some point as well. Let's ask for that then. Let's go training facilities. Because the reason we need training facilities is because we managed to get Ryan Carson down to a new deal. I think it was Ryan Carson. In fact, the easier way to look at this would be going into promises, right? Yes, Ryan Carson, improved training facilities, and he's anticipating that to happen in just over a year's time. So hopefully we can do that. But you can see we've tied down a few people to new contracts as well. Englefield, Lucas Holt and Craig Jones. Massimo Englefield, 5.6 million to 7 million value. We could get him up to a £6.5 million release clause to teams in the Premier League. So I think he's going to be relatively safe. Obviously, we are giving him a hell of a lot in bonuses to make sure that was a thing that he would sign. He wanted £12,000 a week. We got him down from £12,000 to £5,250. So I'm pretty happy to sign that deal, to be honest. Really not bad at all. But he was the top goal scorer in the team, in the league. I was just checking out some attributes and things like that earlier on. Let me know if you want to see the Power BI back as well. I realised I haven't focused on that in a video for a while. I am planning to do a video of how to do it. Don't worry. That is on my list of things to do when I find the time. I don't know how to do that video and how to plan it out, but I'll find a way. Michael Collins, 51 appearances this year. Monumental from our starting goalkeeper. Adam Cross was second with 45 in all. 44 for Luke Berwick. And 44 for Ryan Carson as well. 42 for Alex Coulter. So yeah, some good stuff there. Goals, as we said, Englefield up there with 19. Ryan Carson with 12 goals and leading the way in assists as well with 9 is just unbelievable for a 20-year-old player who, how he hasn't got more interest in him, I do not know. But again, he's got a minimum fee release cost of 5 million, which is going to expire in 2041. He's also getting 20% if we do so. Excuse me. He also gets 20% if we do sell him on at any point. So I'm hoping by the time that people who are interested in him will actually be getting a new contract as well. He wanted like $6,000 a week. We got him down to 2,900, which is the most we could offer him. Hence, he's got a 50% wage rise if we go up the divisions as well. But I'm just happy he's going to be here for the foreseeable future. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Not too sure how it's actually going to plan out at all. Now, the squad is looking pretty big. This obviously includes the under-18s in here as well. If we look at ability-wise, we've got a few 4-stars in here. Ryan Carson, Berwick and Englefield, and Murray as well. I won't do him a disservice. Potential-wise, they're saying our best potential player is Josh McKay at left-back, who does look like he could produce something pretty useful. He needs a face, haven't sorted that out. Ryan Griffiths is up there as well, someone that we've kept an eye on. His technicals have gone down, but a little bit of a mixed bag as he's just gone on holiday. And Bigger Kasongo is there as well. And something that has caught my eye when going through all of this is the value of a number of our youth players coming through. So 120k to 1.2 million for Ryan Griffiths normally means they're going to be a very good footballer if they have a big value like that. Another one that was in here was 90 to 900,000 pounds. Raphael Gardner actually played and scored for us this year. 4 appearances, 1 goal. You'll never guess how he scored with jumping reach 14. It was a corner. He scored a headed goal from a corner, I should say. And then we've got some more in here. 650k to 3.9 million is Ben Rees, who is developing very, very well. I think he's going to be a starting player moving into next season. Lots of games at holding midfield this year. We'll have to decide if it's holding midfield or centre-back where we want him to play. But I do think there's a good player in there as well. Danny Pearson was one I had really high hopes for, but hasn't really developed that much this year at all. Then we've got Balberia up here, 2.7 to 5 million pounds. It looks like he's going to be really, really good. Loads of appearances this year. Did a really, really good job when he had his 1 game at right wing, I think it was. 3 goals in 1 game at right wing. Yeah, I mean, he's a left winger, so that's why we play him the majority of the time. Englefield's obviously 5.6, but yeah, let's search by transfer like that. So Englefield, Carson, Balberia, Rees, Berwick, Murray's up there as well. Shuaibu's getting a bit of value in him. But yeah, there's a lot of youngsters coming through that do look like they're going to have a good bit of value to their name, which, you know, we don't need to sell, but generally higher values do mean better players, especially as you get into the higher divisions as well. And of course, you've got to remember the club's reputation is lagging behind what we are expected to be in the Championship. So it'll be very interesting to see how far we can go. Obviously, 8th in the Championship is so much better than what I thought we would do. I thought we'd be battling against relegation, just hovering across the top, but the change to the 4-2-3-1 paid absolute wonders. We had such a tough end to the season. We didn't win in the last 5 games, but we beat Coventry 3-2, who actually ended up going up in the playoffs. But we drew with Charlton 1-1, drew with Sheffield Wednesday 1-1, lost to Portsmouth 3-0, lost to Brighton 3-1, who did win the league, and then got a 2-2 draw with Reading, who also lost during the playoffs as well. A bit unlucky in that one, actually. They got a man sent off and then scored in the 96th minute to equalise, which was very, very irritating. But generally, the 4-2-3-1 had a very positive effect when we changed from the 4-2-4. I don't know why. As I said, teams seem to play very open against us, and the 4-2-3-1 allowed us to have a bit more counter-attacking football, winning the ball a bit higher up the pitch and hitting teams very quickly on the break. But yeah, some fabulous results throughout the season. January, we didn't lose a game, which was absolutely incredible. So yeah, a really, really, really good season. I think if we dive into the youth team as well, obviously Ryan Griffiths is the one that's being told could potentially already step up to the first team, which I think is really good. He's also got a cause for concern. It doesn't say what the cause for concern is, but he does have a cause for concern. And then we've got a lot of, as you would expect in this sort of save, a lot of ones to watch coming through, including the likes of McKay, Kasongo, Sam Lillis, and people like that. So we're going through. I've done most of the contracts of players that I want to keep. I think a few players will be leaving at the end of the year. If we look at expiry up here, we've got Lewis Roberts, 17-year-old goalkeeper. I tempted to keep him around, but I think Javel Reed coming through and Pikarski being there is fine for us next season. Cammy Stevenson came through with quite a lot of promise, but probably going to let them go as well. Same goes for Lumanza. Came through with some good promise, but never really worked on it. 18 years old, 3.5-star potential, fairly professional. Maybe they should get a stay of execution in the squad. I leave quite a bit of it down to like last minute things, like last minute decisions. But yeah, we've got these few people here leaving. So Lenny Ratton is another one that could be good, but I don't think he's going to be good enough to break into the team next year when he's 18 or when he's no longer in the under 18, so would have to be called up to the first team. Tamadou Benyon never really hit his mark. Did have one appearance for us this year coming off the bench when we were a bit short on injuries and players at the back. Jake Robinson, another one, never really developed into what we wanted him to be. His PA's gone down quite a lot as well. So I do think we'll be saying goodbye to quite a few people this year. And of course there will be culls that happen as well. Dominic Neal, people like this that are just never going to develop. So Dominic Neal has a good jumping reach, a sporting personality, decent across the board, but no real room to grow, and I think we can afford to just sort of cull those people off. I mean, he is 6'5", which I really, really like, but I think we need to be a bit more ruthless. That's what you guys keep saying to me in the comment section. Jordan Folks will be one that goes, we kept him around for his crossing, hoping to develop physically. It hasn't happened. He's now 17, so I think we'll bin him off. I'd say probably anyone. I'm not going to say anyone with potential below 3-star, because there are some in there that I do quite like the look of, but Sam Maddle got a contract last year and it's just not worth keeping him around. Like, he's on like £220 a week, which isn't much, we can afford it, but he's just not developing. So I think we'll be binning off quite a few of these sort of people, especially these ones that are silver starred with not much potential. They were the punts you take, right? The long punts to try and give someone a chance and see if they develop. But overall, there will be a cull of the youth team, and I'm more brutal with like the people that are 17 and 18 that they can't play in the under 18s anymore, so they have to go to the first team, and I'm like, you're never going to make it. Cull them, get rid, see you later, because I like the under 18s to basically be 17-year-olds and below. So if you've got 18-year-olds in here and they get promoted and they're not ready for the first team, there's nowhere else for them to go. We don't have an under-21s team. We can't really loan too many people out. It's quite a struggle still to get loanees out. So, there will be a big cull. And talking of the under-18s, they won their league again. First in the under-18s Division 3 South East. 80 points, 16 points clear of Cambridge. 86 plus goal difference. They scored 111 goals. Didn't lose a game, drew 2 against Dartford and Stevenage, and won 26 of their 28 games. They are just phenomenally good. Absolutely amazing. Playing the 4-2-3-1 that we're using, so the team are coming through using our sort of system, which is good. But yeah, just absolutely demolishing teams. So when they lose to the youth academy team, or the candidates team, you sort of realise, okay, there are some good youth candidates in there. Which is good to see. They lost the FA Cup Youth Final to Arsenal 3-1, but they're going up against the Premier League under-18s. So they really are doing themselves a very, 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 very positive reinforcement of what they're doing, and it's great to see it. It's absolutely great to see it. And they go from strength to strength. They beat Wimbledon 7-1 there. Like, Walewski got 2, Charlie Punter got a hat-trick, and Charlie Punter doesn't look great, but lots of potential. So another one to keep an eye on in there. Corey Vokes and Jake Robinson scored. Corey Vokes actually scored in both ends in that game. So he's a one that he's an attacking midfield left, and he scored an own goal. Okay, interesting. And 8-0, they beat Colchester 8-0. So 1 for Pearson, 2 for Vokes, 1 for Hesson Tyler, 2 for Punter, and 3 for Coedio, who does play attacking midfield and has played in the senior team this year. 2 goals in 5 games for us. Again, when we've been short with injuries, we've had a few players step up from the youngsters. Are there any? So they beat West Ham under 18s 2-1. Ellis Johnson getting a goal in that one as well. Doesn't look dreadful, to be honest. They beat Liverpool under 18s 3-1 in the Cup. Jake Robinson, Kamil Wolski, and Lenny Ratton getting on the score sheet as well. He's a player I've not even thought about looking at in a long, long time. Lenny Ratton. Is anyone else in the Cup? Chelsea under 18s, they beat 3-2 as well. Coedu got one. Jason Faber scored a penalty. And Danny Pearson got a goal in the 90th minute to win it as well. He's had a couple of games in the first team. Never really performed very well. And hasn't developed that much. So we're keeping an eye on Danny Pearson in there. But yeah, some cracking performances for the under-18s. A really good league season as well. And absolutely pleasure. It's a pleasure to see them winning like that in the lower divisions, which is absolutely great. And yeah, there's not much else to touch on, really. Facilities are improving. The board are trying to build a new stadium, as I said. And yeah, there's not much else to do. I'm going to ask for an under-21s again. And I'm going to ask for an improvement in youth recruitment as well, just while we've got a load of money in the bank. And let's see if they come back with any positive news. So it's a record high for Folkestone. There we go. We end the current season and we made a profit of £17 million, which is incredible. We get billed £1.4 million from the taxman. The commercial summary, there we go. So we get more sponsorship, 5 new deals coming in, a new kit sponsor for 3-year deal worth 210k, which is absolutely awesome. Broadcast revenue goes up massively, and that is awesome. Did it actually change our finances in here? 5.9 million we're up to now. We've hit the point in the save where we're going to start making money hand over fist now, because we're getting up to the championship. We're getting that money every year. We're probably not going to get relegated, because I know how to play the game, so we're probably not going to get relegated. And yeah, and then we just keep making money. And when you get to the Premier League, you make even more money. So we're in that cycle now where it's not too bad, is it? They still don't believe an under-21 team is good. They don't want to do it. It's fine for a club our size. We should never be satisfied. Yeah, let's do that. I can't stress how it's an issue close to my heart. Yes, it is. Get it done. So they're going to improve the youth recruitment, and we'll get the training facilities done as well. Our facilities are as good as any of our supposed rivals. Look, we're in a better financial position. This is really important. It's an issue close to my heart. Get the money spent. Get the money spent. And that will do in a great way to end the episode. We've got youth recruitment improving. We've got training facilities being upgraded. And that is wonderful. There's the finance screen. It's not even dented that much into our overall balance. This is quality. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts down below. I'll see you for the start of the second season in the Championship. See you then. Cheers.